Panayam, balita at iba pa.
Welcome back mga kabarangay sa ating Netkapihan channel, sa ating podcast ng Barangay New Zealand. At Happy New Year ulit sa ating mga tagapanood, tagapakinig. Although binati ko na kayo. Pero ano pa naman kababago lang 7 days pa lang yung 2025. Mantakin yung kalahati na. Hindi yung kalahati na 1/4 of the century ay lumipas na po. At syempre siguro ay masaya at makabuluhan ang ating mga New Year, no? So ito po ang inyong kaibigan Simpopuelang, yung Direk Rene, Happy New Year, bagong taon, lumang mukha. At medyo parang nakita ko sunog pala ako. Kasi nagwo-walking kami dahil sa sobrang overload ng mga kinakain, kailangan magbawas-bawas ng timbang. As much as possible, we try to do a 5-kilometer walk. Try, ang operative word doon, try. Kasi hindi naman nangyayari all the time. Mga kaibigan, ngayon po ay maswerte po tayo dahil may makakapanayan po natin. Siya po ay dati kong kasama. Siya po ay nagtuturo din ng adult education. English ang kanyang focus. At yung una, ibang campus kasi siya Takapuna, ako Manukau. Sinasabi lang nila, may Pilipino dyan. There's a Filipino. Kasi iba yung apelyido niya, no? Foreigner ang apelyido niya. At nung nakakausap ko siya o naririnig ko siya, hindi ko maano yung Filipino. But when I finally met him, at medyo nagkahiwalay kami kasi nagkaiba-iba ng school. Pero nagkita kami nung November, nung Banyuhay, no, yung Barangay Banyuhay Day. At so happy that we met. And so nag-usap-usap at ngayon, ito po, gusto kong i-share sa inyo yung journey itong ating panauhin kasi importante ang kanyang mga ginagawa. Alam niyo naman dito sa ating Barangay New Zealand Netkapihan, puro mga yung positibong mga ginagawa ng ating mga kabarangay, whether Filipino or Kiwi. Kaya without further ado, ay nais kong ipasok sa stream si Andre. Andre, hi. Hi, Andre.
Hello, kamusta kayo lahat? Direk Rene, how are you?
I'm good. And then ikaw, kumusta ka? Kumusta?
Mabuti naman. Ito, as usual, fresh air dito sa New Zealand. So lately, my wife and I were based actually in Tauranga, in Bay of Plenty. And then last December, we moved back to Auckland. So it was quite busy. Nagkasettle ulit.
You've been here 1 year already sa Auckland.
Ilang weeks pa lang.
Kasi
last December. So
last December lang.
Yeah,
so nung nagkita tayo ng November, lilipat ka pa lang ng
totoo. So we were in Tauranga for about 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Auckland, 4 years in Auckland.
How is Tauranga? And of course, from Auckland, you moved to Tauranga for some reason, like lifestyle siguro, yung medyo laid back doon, no? Kumusta ba ang ambience ng Tauranga?
Okay naman ang ambience sa Tauranga. Maraming mga Pinoy, maraming mga Latino din. So I've taught and coached a lot of people from South America. I think the good thing in Tauranga is that the sunny days are more consistent. So sabi nila, yun yung isa sa pinakamahabang summer. Or the place where you get a lot of sun in New Zealand. So that's, I think, Napier and Tauranga. Tapos mas relax yung mga tao. I mean, relax na tayo sa New Zealand no? Sa Tauranga, mas relax pa rin yung mga tao.
Mas relax sila. I see.
Yeah. Also, mas friendly. In a way, since slow living, pag maglalakad ka, talagang nakikipag-chat yung mga kasalubong mo, mag-hello talaga sa'yo. So yung
Mm.
umpisa medyo nakakapanibago. Pero
Mm.
eventually, ako na rin yung nag-i-initiate. Mga musta, yeah, ano mo naman dito, we always talk about the weather, small talk.
Okay.
So
Oo.
it was a really good experience. Yeah.
So para siyang ano, yung vibe niya parang provincial vibe, no? Yung parang gano'n yung ano, oo. Teka, Andre, taga saan ka sa atin sa Pilipinas?
So my roots are from Cebu.
Okay.
On my mother's side, Bicol naman. So my grandmother's from Bicol.
Mhm.
And then of course my US, so Ohio. So iba-iba.
Iba-iba. Tsaka
Yeah,
kasi
iba-iba.
sa
Mm.
Cebu kasi maraming kasi siyempre yun ang unang napuntahan ng mga Espanyol. So maraming may
Yes, yeah.
ancestry na Spanish kasi your features meron bang
Mm.
Latin, Spanish ang iyong ano heritage or ano?
I would say so. I think my grandmother, my father's side, has Spanish roots.
Mhm.
I was told yung great grandfather ko, yeah, Spanish ang lingwahe magsalita.
Oh.
You're right. You're right. Even the Cebuano language has more Spanish words, I think, than Tagalog. Pero lumaki
Mm.
na ako sa Manila. In fact,
Ah.
I think in the last few years bago ka lumipat or pumunta sa New Zealand, I think
Mhm.
magkapit-bahay yata tayo, di ba?
Oo, sa may bandang Cainta.
Small world.
Small world Cainta kung
Small.
saan binabaha.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Naalala mo
So,
ba nung time mo
yeah,
bumabaha ba
yeah.
doon?
Bumabaha pa rin.
Oo, bumabaha pa rin, naku.
Yeah, yeah. Nag-improve na, pero I think dahil sa global warming,
Mm.
last year I was there, so medyo ang malakas yung bagyo may one time eh.
Oh, yes, oo,
So
last year.
yeah, so nasira yung mga retaining walls,
Hmm.
and then it got flooded again. So it was an experience. Parang alam mo
Mhm.
yan, bumalik yung mga memories mo nung bata ka pa
Hmm,
when it
mm.
was flooding. Yeah.
And also because your wife is not a Filipino, so adjustment din sa kanya 'yun, 'di ba? Yung
Yeah,
ah,
exactly. Exactly.
hindi
Yeah,
sila
so
sanay sa
my
gano'n.
wife my wife is originally from Russia, in
Mhm.
particular in Siberia. So
Talaga? Oh.
yeah, yeah, in Siberia, one of the coldest,
Oo.
if not, I don't know, the coldest places in the world.
Oh, I suppose,
uh,
oo, 'yun.
yes,
Mm.
-40 pag winter, pero pag summer naman +40. So medyo extreme ang weather.
Parang dulo-dulo.
Yeah,
Have you been to
exactly.
Siberia, Andre?
No,
Nakapunta ka na
not
do'n?
yet, not yet. Hindi pa
Are you
eh.
planning to?
Yes, absolutely. Hopefully next year. This year. Hopefully,
Oo.
I don't know, by the end of the year. Depende
Mhm.
sa tickets. Alam mo naman, minsan
Okay, yeah.
mahal masyado. Yeah.
Oo.
So hopefully, through Manila. Through Manila, we
Okay,
can go to my wife's family. So I haven't seen
okay.
my parents-in-law for 13 years. About 14
Mula
years
nung
now.
kinasal kayo, oo.
Yeah, mula nung kinasal kami. Yeah. So sila
Hmm.
yung dumalaw sa Manila.
Kinasal kayo sa Pilipinas, so sila
Yes,
pumunta.
so sa
Oo.
Antipolo kami
Mm,
kinasal,
mm.
dumalaw sila.
Okay.
And then may ibang-iba pa rin kaming mga kaibigan na dumalaw din, yeah.
Yung ano, Andre, yung last year umuwi ka, was it because of,
Mhm.
etong work na ginagawa mo, yung, yung, design thinking and coaching culture? Was that the reason why you went home to the
Yes,
Philippines?
partly yes. Of course,
Mhm,
I wanted to visit family, be able to fix some paperworks
mhm,
in the Philippines, and to sign papers. So that was a personal reason. But at the same time, I had an offer to do a workshop at
uh-huh.
College of St. Benilde, DLSU, College of St.
Okay,
Benilde.
mhm,
Yes, so I was able to do a workshop with professors, mga
mhm,
educators in Benilde, and
mm,
that's in connection with this one is coaching,
mm.
but I incorporated some of the design thinking methods, and the topic there was about reflection. So how will you improve your teaching? How will you
Mhm.
improve as a professional
Mhm.
through reflection? And at the same time,
Okay.
so maybe I can expand it
Yeah.
later.
Mm.
Meron din akong non-profit na tinulungan. So my friends and I started this non-profit for teenage boys in
Mhm.
Antipolo. Kasi at that time, I think that was about uh, 2004, 2005. Tagal-tagal
Mm.
na. Almost 20 years na
Mm.
rin. Ano?
Mm.
Marami mga street kids. So mga homeless kids. And there was
Mm.
a center there na dinivive namin.
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
in-invite ulit ako nung
Mhm.
friend ko na director sa Children's Garden. It's called Children's Garden of the Philippines, and
Mhm.
I conducted a design thinking workshop. So
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
that one is purely design thinking.
Mm.
Yeah.
But when you say design thinking, what does it
Mhm.
entail? Curious ako kasi parang
Yeah,
ano
yeah.
yun eh. Ano yun?
Yes.
Ano yung design thinking?
So design thinking, it's actually a mindset and a framework. So
Okay.
kung paano tayo mag-design, whether solution or a new product,
Mhm.
it can go through a certain method. And design thinking uses that certain type of method in
Mhm.
order for us to come up with a product or a solution na talagang swak siya kung ano yung kailangan ng mga customers or
Mhm.
kailangan ng kliyente mo. Because
Mm.
what you do is you empathize with your clients. You really
Mhm.
understand what they need. And once you create a solution, ite-testing mo din yun. So may testing part.
So
Where
sige, go ahead. Sige.
Yeah, whereas, traditional business, 'di ba, ang usually ang ginagawa may research and development.
Mm.
They would design something for 1 year, and then
Mm.
ilo-launch nila yung product. They will spend a lot of money only to find out that their solution or their product would fail in the market, right? So
Mm.
design thinking is a method that is cheaper. It's most probably more effective than the
Mhm.
traditional way of doing business.
Mhm. So, Andre, itong design thinking, this concept, saan ito
Mhm.
nag-evolve, nag-originate? Is
Right,
it?
right.
Mm-mm.
So based from my mentors, they said it originated from user experience. Um,
Mm.
Focus on user experience. User experience. How do you say that? Mm, it was a long time ago. It's not really a new concept, but the fact
Okay.
that it has been coined or termed as design thinking, and they
Mhm.
were able to create, certain descriptions, definitions.
Mm.
It started. It started a few decades ago or few years ago when I, I don't know kung naalala mo pa yung Lehman Brothers, yung
Mm.
bumagsak, di ba? Yung sa
Yes.
US,
Oo.
malaking
Oo.
global economic crisis.
Yes. Oo. Tama.
So a group of people using user experience and design thinking, they were able to put a word, a name into it, and then certain descriptions. And then from there,
Mm.
in-adopt siya ng Stanford University. And
Mm.
I think
Mm.
that's where it became more popular and it gained, let's say, it gained more credibility dahil
Mhm.
in adoption ng Stanford. So
Mm.
if you go to Stanford towards the end of your course, meron din yung designing your life. So it's design thinking, but
Mhm.
applying in your life. So how will you
Oh.
create an ideal life and
Mhm.
career using the design
Mhm.
thinking principles? So basically, dun siya nag-originate. And I'm
Mm.
very lucky. Actually, the Philippines is very lucky
Mhm.
because Alex Grotz, one of the founders of design thinking, actually went to the Philippines and trained a lot of people and Filipinos for 2 consecutive years
Mm.
in College of St. Benilde. Yes.
Oh. So what's this the year hindi yung nung umuwi ka, it was before pa, dati pa.
Yeah, before pa. So that was 3 years ago. So 3 years
Mm.
ago, I was one of the trainees. So I was a junior
Mm.
coach. trained by different people all over the world. So these are design thinking experts. And then a year after that, since I fell in love with design thinking, I thought like, wow, I think eto na yata yung career na gusto
Yung,
kong,
oo.
puntahan.
Mm-mm.
This is the right direction. It's not just a career, but it's a tool that you can use at work. The following year, I applied to become a senior coach. So there were 6 of us. So I was a senior coach trainee. So I got my certification as a senior coach last year. So 2023. 25 na tayo eh. Ang bilis ng panahon
Mm.
ah.
Oo nga eh. Tapos ano yung ano ka ba? Are you a De La Salle graduate? Kasi parang navivere ka dun sa St. Benilde. Sa Lasalista ka ba,
Yeah.
Andre?
Yes, Lasalista. Green-blooded. So I finished my course at De La Salle in Manila, the LSU Main. My course was international studies. So
Okay.
ang focus ko was European studies.
Okay.
But of course, it was quite general. Yung pangarap ko noon, maging ambassador.
As
maging
a diplomatic corps, okay.
Yeah, it's true. Pero hindi ko alam na ganun pala mahabang pala yun.
Ay, may mga
Mahabang planuhan.
exams. Oo,
May exam,
mga ganun.
may exam. So hindi siya ganun kasimple.
Mm-mm.
But in a way, alam mo naman tayo ngayon, para tayo mga ambassadors dito sa New Zealand.
Ambassadors na rin. That's correct.
In our own right.
Oo.
Yeah.
Oo.
Yeah.
And siguro, kasi ako dati nagtuturo ako sa Miriam, so meron kaming isang colleague doon. He was working for the Department of Foreign Affairs, pero nagtuturo din yata siya sa Lasal. Ang pangalan niya si Bong Hoves, no? I don't know if he was your teacher or he's retired now, no? Si Bong, no? And then I interviewed someone a while back, si Princess talaga yung pangalan niya kasi prinsesa siya ng royal yung sa Sulu, no? So she finished international studies. So European lang yung so nag-aral ka ng a bit of a European language. Anong language yung inaral mo?
Yeah, during that time, actually, ang gusto ko talagang pag-aralan, German. So when I was in high school, I was already studying at the Goethe Institute. Sabi ko, magpe-prepare ako for university. Pero ang problema, konti lang yung may gustong mag-aral ng German. So ang next na option was French. So I studied French for a long time. I can't say that I speak it. Medyo marunong, may konti, nakaka-pick up. I can probably survive. So that was very interesting. And in connection to that, I also studied in France for half a year. So I took up my master's in a French business school. Ano naman to, in partnership with Ateneo. So Miriam's neighbor.
From Lasal, pumunta Ateneo, tapos kapitbahay ng Miriam.
Exactly. So,
kasi all of this, Andre, so I see that it contributes to your path for yung design thinking, kasi humanistic, holistic yung focus. How was how long was yung pag yung sa Benilde, sa sa workshop with the teachers there? Gaano katagal ka nag-workshop with them?
Yeah, so as for the workshop, it was a full-day workshop, and it involved a lot educators from different campuses. I think including Antipolo. Apparently may St. Benilde din pala sa Antipolo. And other departments. I think there were 40 attendees at that time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, malaki-laki siya. In fact, sabi sa akin, it was probably one of the well-attended workshops, and I was very happy. I think the topic was very relevant for the educators. Kasi ang workshop ko noon was how to ask powerful questions in order to drive success as a teacher or as an educator.
Oh, wow.
So I think,
Ganda.
yeah, I think it connected with our educators at College of St. Benilde. I think that's one thing that we can all learn, especially now it's New Year. It's very relevant for all of us, tayo mga Filipinos, especially mga expats dito sa New Zealand, sa Aotearoa. Kailangan siguro marunong tayo magtanong kung ano yung ano yung mga tanong, mga powerful questions na makakatulong sa ating mag-reflect on how we're doing right now at paano natin how do you say this, to explore, to make better our lives here in New Zealand. Kasi minsan para nagiging stagnant na tayo di ba?
Tama.
Or nabobored, or minsan hindi natin alam ano ba yung what will I do? Should I go back home? Should I visit family? If you don't know the right questions, if you don't know how to reflect, we won't know how to move forward.
Tsaka tama ka, Andre, yung ako minsan, I'm still a victim of this, no? Kasi yung old school ako, yung culture ko minsan pumapasok yung hindi ako magtatanong. So, I will try to find a way, sa school, sa pagtuturo, yung may bagong lesson or whatever, hindi ako magtatanong. Kasi yung kulturang parang nahiya ako, parang ganun. Which is, I think, hindi maganda di ba? I mean, nasa Aotearoa na tayo, tapos sabi nga, kung hindi ka magtanong, wala kang makukuha sagot. Di ba? Parang ganun, di ba? So I think what you're saying is that kind of workshop or training, mindset, maganda magandang, it's a positive thing that kailangan natin sa mga panahon na ito. So ano naman tong coaching culture that you were doing also in, is it the same, no? Or hindi, magkaiba yan coaching culture, design thinking. Oo.
Yes, yeah. So expat coaching, it's basically me helping expats. When I say expats, hindi ito yung, alam mo yung mga naka-necktie, mga puti na, alam mo yung mga businessmen. Expat actually generally means someone who is living in a place that's not their original home. So that's basically all of us, right? And expat coaching is where I use coaching tools in order to help expats move forward or reach their goals. Like what you said, minsan ang hirap talaga magtanong. I myself, hindi ko din makakoach ang sarili ko so I need another coach. But if we can actually use the right questions in order to move us forward, that's basically what I do. So I offer support to expats. Siguro may mga nakikinig din dito who needs direction in life, especially this year. Whether it's simple or it's a big life-changing decision. That's where expat coaching comes in. So I've coached a lot of people from different countries. Yung iba, mga bago lang dito sa New Zealand. Yung iba, nag-struggle. They feel like New Zealand is not for them. Or because of the trials. Minsan, ang hirap din, no? Kasi kailangan ka mag-start a new career. So that's what I help them with. So I ask the questions in order for them to understand what is their priority, what are their priorities, what values they have, and if New Zealand really fits in that picture. Because if it doesn't fit in that picture, then they have to look for other directions or maybe another country. Some of them went to Australia, some of them went back home.
Back home to the Philippines, yung iba. Or other countries also.
Other countries, even Philippines. Yes, I've heard stories of people who, who've been here. They loved it in New Zealand, but they just couldn't simply settle. And hindi to yung final destination. Final destination is where you're really supposed to be. Diba?
Yes.
Yeah.
At it reminds me nung ano pa to, yung mga kailan ba to, early 80s, no? I was working in a real estate company, so meron kaming architect, no? Yung architect niya, ano siya, kilala na siya, no? Maganda yung profession niya. nag-migrate sila sa New Zealand, no? Back then, noong mga
Mm.
1981, 82, hindi pa sikat ang New Zealand. So, lahat kami,
Yeah.
wala pang Google, hinahanap sa mapa, ganun. Tapos, nag-migrate siya, and then he kept in touch with us. You know, in less than a year, bumalik sila eh. Kasi sabi niya, walang
Mm.
nightlife. Eh, you can just imagine siguro nung time na yon, no, wala daw nightlife, walang kung ano-ano, yung career, hindi ano. So, he just came back. What I'm saying is, yung pananaw natin, di ba? Yung parang ano ba talaga yung gusto natin sa buhay natin. So, what makes us complete, no? Tama ba ako, Andre? Ito yung iyong
Mm.
email so that people can get in touch with you at coachingstudio@gmail.com.
Okay. You need, Coaching Studio NZ
NZ.
at
Okay. So,
gmail.com. Yes.
oo.
Yep.
So, ano, kasi parang dun sa mga nakikinig, nanonood, no?
Mhm.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it's
Yes. Please
it's
reach
about
out.
time. It's about
Exactly.
time.
Yes.
Pwede
Yeah.
pa ba ako?
Siguro,
Yung may edad na? Pwede pa ba yung may edad na?
walang age limit.
Yan ang
Alam
gusto ko
sa New
sa'yo,
Zealand, alam mo
Andre.
tayo, egalitarian tayo dito eh. So
Yung po, Coaching
everyone
Studio
is
NZ.
welcome. Yes. Yeah. Coaching
Oo.
Studio NZ. Maganda if we know where to go based on our compass. So we have our internal compass. And the internal compass, it involves what our values are, what our targets are, what our goals are, what our circumstances are. As for me and my wife, the reason why it worked for us here, even though, to be honest, it wasn't easy as well. We've had major challenges. Minsan, alam mo yung pag wala kang marentahan na apartment that would fit in the budget, or you would end up in a place where, yes, we can afford it, but may mga, first time, may mga daga sa narentahan namin.
Doon sa
Sabi ko,
Tauranga? Sa Tauranga?
no, dito sa Auckland.
Dito.
Dito sa Auckland.
Okay.
Yeah. Good area, but yun na lang yung natitira. Sabi, okay, we'll take it. And then, winter, no? May mga daga. So, sabi namin, wow, balik na tayo sa Manila. Mas okay pa doon eh. We've never experienced that in the Philippines, but because one of the reasons why we moved here is because we need a more neutral ground for my wife and I, since she doesn't speak Filipino and both of us speak English. We thought maybe we should go to a country where there's a lot of nature. We can walk. That's one of the things we can't walk. You opened up with walking, right? 5K ba? 5 kilometers. So that's very important for us. In the Philippines, it was very hard. Walang sidewalk. So when we came to New Zealand, we thought, I think this is it. This is our place. This is our journey. And the good news that I haven't told you yet was on Christmas Eve, 24th of December, just last year, a couple of weeks ago, we received our citizenship. So that was a real Christmas gift from my wife and I. Yes, after almost 10 years in the making.
So, you were saying yung journey, no? So, for now, or you foresee that this is the yung final stop in your earthly journey. Eto na yun. Because you can tick all the boxes, you can do your coaching business or work. So ito na yung Andre. This is what you envision.
Yes, I would say so. Like this is definitely home for us. But I think the good thing about what COVID did, and I know there's a lot of bad stories during COVID, but I think that the workplace has also changed a lot. It opened doors for remote work. In fact, my wife works remotely now. So it's not that, you're just stuck in one place. Ngayong panahon, pwede na tayong mag-travel, pwede nang mag-work anywhere in the world. So it really depends on what kind of jobs we will be in the future. May it be online or, semi-remote. Tama ba yung term? Hybrid.
Hybrid.
Hybrid, yeah. May work from home or, there's a lot of possibilities. I think that's one of the good things. But definitely New Zealand is something that we can call home. ang ganda yun, no? Pagpapasok ka ng New Zealand sa immigration, they always say welcome home. And it feels it brings so much joy, even though we weren't citizens yet. This country has been so welcoming
Yeah.
to my wife and I. Yeah.
Lalo na ngayon because you are now a Kiwi. So, kailan na oath-taking nyo? Sa ano pa? Next month?
Yeah, hopefully February, I think, is the earliest.
Yun yung parang you will experience yung emotions noon ng kasi you'll be relinquishing your Filipino citizenship. For the first time, you're going to sing our national anthem. We always sing it, no? But ito, dun sa ceremony, iba na eh. So,
I was reading the oath taking. Mag-oath ka pala kay kay King Charles.
Yes.
King Charles II. Like, oh, yes.
Kasi nga siya yung head of government, Andre, kasi ano ang first step, no? Ito ulit, coachingstudio.nz@gmail.com. Ano ba yung sa nanonood, nakikinig? Ano kaya pinaka first step na get in touch with you, no? Syempre, email, ganon. Para lang maano yung process. Generally, no? A general overview of the process na
Yeah. So depende yun kung ano yung kailangan nila. So that's the good thing about coaching. Coaching is not for me to teach something or to give you or to tell you what you need. It's for us to discover where you should go based on the tools that I'm using. So when they reach out, I just have a couple of questions. Normally, I have discovery session as well. So that maybe 15-minute discovery session, which is a free session as well, is for us to figure out kung ano yung kailangan nila. And for us expats, we need a lot of things. And yung topic, it would range from, could be relationship issues or concerns. It doesn't even have to be a concern. It can be like, how can we improve our relationship? My partner and I, for instance. Or it could be as huge as, is New Zealand for me? Or should I go back home, or should I go to another country? So based on what they need and what they want for the sessions, that would determine how many sessions we'll have. But I suggest minimum of 4 so that we can track it. So that's the step. So reach out to me, and then let me know what you need, and then we will schedule a discovery session over maybe over Zoom. Yeah.
So one-on-one yan, hindi yan group. One-on-one, mas effective yan, no? As a one-on-one session.
Yeah, so if you have personal concerns or issues, one-on-one is definitely the best. But if you, for example, you're part of a company and you want corporate naman, corporate coaching, you can also reach out to me, because that's basically what I'm doing now. So how can coaching tools help people, professionals at the workplace, in order to improve the culture of the company? So if you're a business owner and you want a better culture, or your culture to improve, your corporate culture, coaching can actually help a lot. So I can also help with that. So, but that's a different ballgame. So it's more of a workshop and training. Yeah.
Naisip ko rin na, Andre, because you are a teacher, I am a teacher. Can you also come up with kasi ang dami ng mga guro na pumupunta dito, no? They're attracted by New Zealand, salary, ganun. Pero hindi nila alam yung kultura sa loob ng eskwela, no? Yung Maori, Pacifica, di ba, yung Pakeha. So, pwede ka rin kaya nun, parang for teachers, no?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Naisip ko rin yun kasi I think the Philippine government has an agreement now with the New Zealand government, like in terms of with nursing, with nurses. I think medical, in the medical field. Ang problema, I think I was able to speak with a local nurse, a New Zealander. I think what she said was, Filipinos are good, but in terms of awareness regards the New Zealand culture, I think kailangan mag-improve, and that's actually very helpful. whether they're already here or, bagong salta. Wala do we still say that term? Maganda, the more aware we are, the more conscious we will be, the more sensitive we'll be, and the more tolerant we will be. Hindi yung parang, oy, ano yan, di ba?
Oo, yung
Hindi ka
balat
shocked
sibuyas.
and yes, exactly. Yeah, totoo. Kasi dito, doesn't matter what age, kahit walang walang edad-edad eh. Kahit hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, mas matanda ako sa'yo. Normally here, if someone has an opinion, they will really say it. And us Filipinos, since we're very timid, kailangan nating maging mas vocal.
Correct.
Without being too aggressive. So it's a balancing act. I think New Zealand is very difficult, very hard for Filipinos or foreigners to adjust because it's hard. You have to be outspoken, but you also have to be very sensitive. Juggling act siya. Yeah.
So, what is in store for you for 2025, Andre, in terms of your as an expat coach? You have a podcast din, no? Yung Expat Hub, di ba? Yun.
Yes.
Yung podcast.
Yep, absolutely. So Expat Hub, that's one of the things that I have in mind. So I was able to interview several people in my Expat Hub podcast. I think if you type Expat Hub, there should be one in Apple Podcast and even in Spotify.
Ito, Expat Hub. Okay.
Yes.
Nasa Spotify tsaka Apple Podcast. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but this year I will bring in more of my points of view regarding things that we can use, tools like coaching tools or design thinking tools that we could use as expats in order for us to survive, but also to thrive. Kung paano tayo magiging successful, being expats in New Zealand or in other countries. Yeah, so that's one of my goals.
Gusto ko yung sinabi mo, yung term to survive and to thrive, no? Yung parang hindi lang survival, kasi iba survival mode, parang gano'n. Parang ano naman yung magiging buhay mo kung survival mode ka lang, di ba? Parang kailangan happy and all of those things, no? Andre, maraming salamat, ha? I hope this is not the first and the last time na mag-ano tayo, have this podcast, no? I'll think of ways na pwede nating i-expand hindi lang sa mga teachers, kundi sa mga business owners, no? Pwedeng sa New Zealand Philippines Business Council. So yung mga members ng kasi pwede kitang yung access, yung mga ganon. So dun sa mga nanonood, nakikinig, no? coachingstudionz@gmail.com. Just that. Yun ang first step na parang
Excellent.
makausap si Andre to get the ano ba yung what is in store for, gusto ko yun yung designing your life, no? Parang and yung walang age limit na.
Walang age limit sa New Zealand, pwede ka mag-change careers anytime, right?
Oo nga
no judgment.
As long as you're capable, no? And we've seen that, no? Yung taga New Zealand, nakikita natin yun. Whether nagda-drive ng bus, di ba? Yung nasa supermarket, sa mga opisina, o kung saan-saan. So, thank you so much, Andre. All the best sa iyong ginagawa. And welcome back to Auckland. Less than a month ka lang. And of course...
Kapiyan tayo. Yeah. One of these days.
One of these days. And let's bring in the others also. I think Jill she's planning to come back from Whangarei. So parang gusto nilang bumalik dito. So, just kita-kita tayo ng
That's good.
Kahit tayong
May
dalawa.
bagong Filipino coffee shop in Northcote. Not far from Takapuna. Pangalan niya Moreno. Moreno Cafe.
Talaga?
It's a Filipino fusion. But they have 5-star Google review. So they're very good. Moreno.
Moreno.
Cafe. Yeah.
Oh,
Baka
wow.
pwede
So,
mo rin silang interviewin.
hindi, gagawin ko yun. Sa may Northcote, no? In
Northcote,
that
yes,
area.
yes.
Oo.
We've
Okay,
been
yeah,
there.
sure.
It's really good. Yeah, highly recommended.
Very good. So thank you so much, Andre. All the best, no? Good luck sa yung mga, whatever it is that you're working on, design thinking, coaching culture, as an expat coach, no? Talagang saludo ako sa iyo and so happy that we finally met again. And then tsaka may utang ka sa akin yung kanta mo, kailangan kong yung music mo
Oh,
ilagay ko sa radyo. Ang mga kaibigan, singer din ito si Andre na nasa Pilipinas. And not only Pilipinas dito, no? Yung mga sa church you sing in your church and I've seen that on YouTube, no? Talagang So I'm sure
yeah.
mapapanood
Yeah,
na ng mga
pag-usapan natin to next time. Dapat siguro tayo, no? Gawa tayo ng kahit virtual concert, di ba?
hindi, alam mo,
That's a really good idea. Yeah.
Actually, Andre, ako, kasi di ba marami na pupunta dito pop concert. Ako talaga gusto kong magkaroon ng Christian music concert, no?
Yeah.
Basta yung Christian praise and worship songs, di ba? Yung
Absolutely.
whether it's original, whether it's,
Yeah.
sige,
Invite
pag-usapan
natin
natin.
si Cathy Menyosa, Quezon.
Si Pastora, si
Si
Pastor.
Pastor.
Estudyante ko
Yeah.
si
Yeah,
Cathy.
nag-fundraising lang kami last, when was that? October. Nag-fundraising kami sa Marikina. Yeah, so that
for
was
her church.
inspirational, yes.
Pwede
Inspirational
nga,
fundraising. Yeah. Kasi malimit
pwede yun.
pumunta ng ng Australia. So tatawid
Singapore
na lang.
yata.
Malapit
Australia.
na. Singapore, Australia.
Oo.
So malapit na,
Oo.
di ba?
Oo nga, ma-reach out nga ako sa kanya. Kasi may research akong ginawa. Sabi ko, Cathy, pwede bang yung sagutin, alam ko busy ka, sagutin mo lang yung questionnaire ko. Sinagot naman. Oo nga, sige, thank you for that, Andre. 2025, I really want to see that. I want to see on stage.
Keep me on the loop. Yeah.
Praise and worship.
Maraming venue na pwede nating meron ditong isang church, wow, brand new building, ganda ng equipment. We can just partner.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have an all Filipino worship concert.
Yeah,
why not?
That's right. Oo.
Yeah.
Kasi meron na tayong mga I don't know if you know Ian Ramos, no? Ian Ramos is he plays the saxophone, yung mga ganon sa mga church, Tapos may bagong teacher dito si Januel, no? He plays the iba-ibang instrument. In fact, talagang in the works. Sige, natin yan.
Ayos.
Thank you so much, Thank you.
Thank you, Direk Rene.
Thank you. Okay, at nais ko magpasalamat sa ating mga viewers and listeners. Pinayagan niyo kami ni Andre pumasok sa inyong mga tahanan, sa inyong mga puso sa panahon nito. Ako po muli ang inyong kaibigan, Simpapawid, Direk Rene, Kuya Rene, in the name of Andre. Maraming salamat. Thank you. Take care and God bless.